All right, let's just get right to it. The big question on everyone's mind, is the blog dead? I mean, seriously, in a world of TikToks and 15-second videos, you gotta wonder if it's just a relic from a different internet age.
Of course you have. The chatter is everywhere. Blogging is over. Nobody has the attention span anymore. It's a really compelling story, and honestly, it's easy to see why it's taken hold.
And you know what? There's a grain of truth there for sure. The rise of TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts, it's completely changed the game. Speed and visual appeal are king. So the conclusion seems kind of obvious. Long-form text is out. What if writing off the blog is costing you your single most powerful, most reliable tool for getting customers and building a stable business? That's what we're going to dive into, because the game hasn't ended, not by a long shot. The rules have just changed.
So to really see why the blog is actually more powerful than ever, we have to look at how it's evolved. It's really a tale of two totally different approaches, the old way versus the new.
This right here, this is the absolute core of it all. See, the blog that people think is dead? That was basically just an online diary, full of random thoughts, disconnected articles. But the modern blog? No way. It's a strategic asset, a machine built to solve very specific problems and act as an invisible funnel, guiding the right people straight to you. And this was the massive flaw with the old approach. When your articles don't connect to anything, you might as well be shouting into the void. You put in all that work, someone reads one post, and then, poof, they're gone. Probably forever.
So how do we fix that? Well, you stop thinking of your blog as just a collection of posts, and you start seeing it for what it truly can be, a complete intelligent system.
Here is the new definition, and I want you to pay attention to the key words here: digital asset and qualified traffic. We're not talking about a passive library of information anymore. This is an active machine, and it's built to get a very specific result. I absolutely love this metaphor because it is just so spot on. A well-built strategic blog is literally your silent 24/7 salesman. It's working for you while you're sleeping. It finds interested people, answers their questions, builds that crucial trust, and presents your offer without you lifting a finger. And this whole process, it's not some kind of dark magic. It's a really simple 4-step journey. First, you attract someone when they find your article on Google. Then, you capture their email by offering something super valuable, like a free checklist. Next, an automated email sequence kicks in to nurture that relationship. And finally, only when that trust is built do you convert them with an offer. And that right there, that is the core transformation. The goal of your content is no longer just to inform. Information is cheap. It's everywhere. The goal is to guide a journey, a transformation from a curious visitor into a paying customer.
Okay, so you're probably wondering, this sounds great, but how in the world do I actually build it? Well, it all rests on 3 essential pillars.
That's it. Just 3. Get these right, and you've built the system that just works. The first pillar is content. But listen, we're not just talking about writing stuff. Each article has to solve a real problem for your ideal customer. It needs to be findable on Google through SEO, and most importantly, it has to guide the reader to do one specific thing. Forget quantity. 10 articles built like this are worth more than 1,000 random posts. Pillar 2 is automation. This is the engine that makes it all run without you. Every article should connect to a funnel, usually by offering a lead magnet to get an email. From there, simple tools take over, automatically sending content that builds trust until the moment is right to make an offer. And finally, pillar 3 is structure. This is about creating a deliberate journey on your site. By linking articles together, you build a web of trust. Instead of leaving, visitors click to another article and then another. With every piece they read, their trust in you grows, making them far more likely to become a customer.
But you know, beyond all the strategy, there's a much more fundamental reason this is so important in today's internet. It all comes down to building an asset you truly own.
This might be the most important concept in all of digital marketing today. When you build your audience on Facebook, Instagram, or any other platform, you're building on rented land. And the landlord, the algorithm, can change the rules or even evict you overnight. Your blog, however, is your property. You own it completely. Think about the security that comes with this. The content, the traffic, the email list, they are all assets that you control. They create a stable foundation for your business that can't be taken away by some sudden algorithm change. So let's circle back to our original question. Is the blog dead? Absolutely not. The passive, diary-style blog, yeah, that's dead.
But the strategic blog, the automated sales system, it is not only alive and well, it's one of the smartest, most sustainable marketing assets you can build today.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Take a hard look at your own content efforts. Are you just keeping an online diary, shouting into the void? Or are you building your company's most valuable, hardest working employee? The choice is yours.